Okay.
Oh wait, I got a book.
Hello, people. I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
My God, Jaby!
We're looking at Bi AKELE, Bi AKELE. Official trailer with Anshuman and Zareen Khan. It says Harish Vyas. Is that the director of this film? I don't know. Sorry, there's just like words in the title. I'm not sure what name. I just know it stars Anshuman and Zareen Khan.
Okay.
So it says a story of two friends, lovers, soulmates, and their journey to self-acceptance.
Cool.
So this is from Disney Plus Hotstar VIP. And yeah, let's check this out. You guys, before we watch the trailer, please subscribe, hit that bell icon. All notifications would mean a lot. All right, here we go.
एक बात बता. How fast can you drive?
मतलब?
मेरी ना हमेशा से एक फैंटेसी रही है कि ऐसे ढाबे पे बैठूं, भर पेट खाना खाऊं और फिर बिना बिल दिए भाग जाऊं.
That's not that hard to do.
और मुझे घर साफ करना अच्छा लगता है, नीट एंड क्लीन.
मुझे तो घर गंदा करना अच्छा लगता है.
सफाई गुनाह है.
क्राइम है. मैं कल जा रही हूँ मैक्लॉड. ड्राइव करेगा? क्या प्यारी जगह है यार. ताजी ताजी हवाएं. मन करता है कि पूरी की पूरी खा जाऊं.
मानसी ज्यादा हवा मत खा और मोटी हो जाएगी.
अबे मोटी मैं नहीं हूँ, तू कुछ ज्यादा ही सुकड़ा है. Does your family know that you're gay?
You and I need to have a chat about this. And with Mithali in the house, हम बात नहीं कर सकते यार. तुम्हें बचपन से पता था you're into girls.
Surprise! Mansi, she's crazy, isn't she?
Well, to tell you honestly, हम कुछ एक जैसे ही हैं.
Oh.
कर्नल रंधावा के घर में औलाद पैदा हो सकते हैं. ये बॉयज नहीं.
Murderer, rapist, ये भी तो पैदा हो सकते थे.
वो सब चलेगा.
तुम्हारा मतलब है कि हम
Wow.
Kind of. Love ना is actually beyond gender. किसी को भी कभी भी किसी से भी प्यार हो सकता है. मर्द को मर्द से, औरत को औरत से, औरत को मर्द से.
Oh.
It's confusion.
Soulmates or twin flames?
पहली बार है क्या?
हाँ यार, पहली बार है. तू मजे ले रही है ना?
मैं तेरी ले रही थी.
Oh, that's cute.
It's interesting. It's different. I can totally see that kind of thing happening in real life. Where I mean, I'm assuming that there's a little bit of confusion between themselves because they thought that they were just, swinging one way for a lot of their life. Like she's into girls and he's into dudes, and then there's a little bit of confusion because they're spending so much time together. At least there seemed to be a slight level of implication there, which in itself is actually a little bit risky. That might annoy some people in the LGBTQ community. Then it becomes very easy to make the argument that they can send you to some kind of, what's it called? Straight camp or something like that,
Yeah. But I think what they're trying to say is like, you could love anyone.
Yeah, love is love.
Yeah, love is love.
Yeah.
So maybe while you thought that, you're straight and you only like people of the opposite sex, you could meet someone that makes you go, oh, I like you. And they might not be the person that you thought.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like at the very least, it's a cool, road trip film with two pals. You having this sort of opposite of what is the, I suppose, cliche, because he's taking on the feminine, she's taking on the masculine. Normally it's the guy, obviously, who's going to take on the masculine, the girl's going to take on the feminine, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I thought that maybe they were just kind of playing into those stereotypes a little bit more, where, Anshuman is playing the gay character, and he's more of an effeminate gay man, which I think is what we're more used to seeing in media. Zareen Khan is playing that more like tomboyish lesbian girl, which is the type of lesbian that, well, actually, no. I was gonna say, it is maybe the type of lesbian that we're more used to seeing in media, but in certain types of media, no. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
A certain type of film that is not on Disney Plus.
Sure. I'm just talking about movies in general. It's like you don't normally see a feminine guy with a masculine woman in a film, irrespective of their sexual orientation. You don't normally see that kind of pairing in a film. Can you name me one? I can't think of one. Like you normally see the only.
Well, I was gonna say like My Best Friend's Wedding, but then I guess Julia Roberts in that wasn't super tomboyish either.
The only one I can think of that sort of explored gender roles was the one with Arjun Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor Khan. Ki and Ka sort of explores, gender roles. It says it right there in Wikipedia. Follows a young married couple contradicting the gender roles placed upon women and men in Indian society by making a man a stay-at-home husband and the woman a working professional. Obviously, this is dealing with a straight couple, so it's a little bit different. The circumstances, it's not a road trip, but that's the only other Indian film I can think of off the top of my head where you're reversing, what is usually assigned to a guy and what is usually assigned to a girl.
That aside, that kind of gender roles aside, I think it's super cool that we're seeing
your point set aside. Your point
I'm
not mattering whatsoever.
No.
We're gonna go back to my point over here.
No, Jaby. I'm just saying, I think we're getting a little bit lost in the weeds here about the gender roles and stuff like that. What I want to say is that I think it's really cool that we're getting a story with LGBTQ characters front and center. I mean, we've had that before with the movie with Ayushmann Khurrana and Jitendra Kumar, where they were playing a gay couple. And so, I feel like there's more and more maybe acceptance of these types of storylines and these, LGBTQ characters.
Or at the very least, the effort to put that out there.
Yeah. And I think that is commendable. I thought that Anshuman Jha and Zareen Khan did a really nice job playing the two characters, the two friends. I thought that they felt really lived in. And I was actually really struck emotionally by Anshuman Jha's character story, where it's like, my family will never accept me because, he comes from this super macho family and so he can't be himself. And there's that fear there. And I think that's something that maybe a lot of people in a similar situation can relate to.
Sure. One of the few videos that I saw on Facebook related to that very notion of the fear of not being accepted by your parents and how horrifying that can be, how debilitating it could be to even consider the notion of sharing that information. It's so vulnerable. It makes you so vulnerable and it's very understandable where he's coming from, his character, what he's dealing with. It's cool that he has this leg of support.
Yeah, I wonder as well if maybe Zareen Khan's character has a little vulnerable moment that they're not showing here in the trailer, because obviously we don't want to see everything, but maybe she's got a little something that she's kind of worried about, because so far she seems like the very carefree,
She's got it all together.
Yeah, fun-loving, got it all together, super confident, she'll just run up to the girl and hug her and kind of get all touchy and close to her, and then whereas Anshuman's just kind of
he's more reserved.
He's more reserved, yeah, for sure. And so I wonder if there's something going on there with her as well, and how they might help each other, or if they do become lovers or something along the way, who knows?
There's certainly a lot of people in that community that are fluid, I guess you can say, in terms of their, this is so awkward for me. Jesus. There's a lot of people I have encountered in that community who are fluid, is all I'm gonna say. They're mostly interested in dating the same sex, but they have exceptions where they would go for the opposite sex as well.
Sure.
Or vice versa. I was just talking to a friend of mine who is bisexual, and she was telling me about her boyfriend who is mostly straight, but there are dudes he would actually legitimately go out with, sleep with, etc.
Right.
And so he falls on that side of the spectrum of hetero flexible, I guess.
It's all a spectrum. It's a rainbow.
It's an interesting film, and it's bold. Even now, it's still bold, in my opinion, to do this today, to tell these kinds of stories, because as a writer, as a director, as an actor, especially as the actors in the film, you could be taking on a lot of heat from society because how dare you, do this thing that is potentially sacrilegious or something,
But I think it's cool because it's inviting the audience to have an open mind as well.
Yes and no. It's hopefully is I think the best you can hope for.
Well, but that's why I'm saying it's inviting.
Yeah, and generally speaking, it's like a documentary in a way. it's going to resonate mostly with people who already agree with it. That's the unfortunate part of this. I hope that it reaches more people than not. I think the goal at the end of the day is there's that 1% that's always teetering at any moment. They've been holding on to these archaic values, and maybe they could open up to these other ideas.
Right.
And so you're always hoping to touch the heart of that 1%, to help them open up their mind to something else. And then ideally, if they open themselves up to new ideas and are more progressive, then they can influence others in their circle.
Sure.
That's the hope. So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.